The leading White House contenders have a few more years on them than we're used to. In fact, as Mike Lillis at The Hill reports, the 2016 presidential race is shaping up to be the oldest matchup in the country's history. Mike, give us a little history.
Well, Ronald Reagan, of course, is the oldest ever to have entered office, and that was, of course, in most of our lifetime. So we're kind of used to having someone old and go into the White House. But since then, he was 69 at the time, I should say. But since then, there's been kind of a trend in the other direction, and we've had a series of younger presidents. We've had Bill Clinton and George W. Bush and Obama. Clinton was 46, Bush was 54, and Obama was 47. And so there's kind of been this move towards a fresh face. That we have not seen this year, at least in terms of the front runners. Trump would be 70 on Election Day. Clinton would be 69. And if you take the average of those two, we haven't seen anything anywhere near it since 1848. So you're going back a long ways to have two elderly people at the top of the ticket, if in fact that does happen.
Right.
And then of course you got Bernie Sanders, who's 74 years old, and there are younger candidates. Obviously, Ted Cruz is 45. So not all of this fits a clean narrative, but the front runners are older people.
And elderly, I guess, too, is really not the same definition it was maybe when Reagan ran, right? I mean, 69, 70 might not be considered very old these days.
Well, that's right. When we first observed this, we said, well, wait a minute, is there anything to it? And so in asking the question, we tried not to be leading in any way. We just said, hey, is this significant? Is this the voters sending a message at all? And the first response we got back in almost all cases was, probably not. People are living longer, people are retiring later, and voters are just used to that trend. And so, it's not unusual to see older people around the workplace.